Hope all of you guys are enjoying your holiday weekend. This is typically one of the slowest weekends of the year here on YouTube. Everyone's outside with friends and family, even down here in the South where it's hot and humid as hell. Everyone's outside. Though I had to say, this summer so far down here in the South has not been that bad. Been pretty comfortable most of the time. But let's go ahead and get into it. We have stayed on top of NBA ratings throughout the playoffs here on the channel. And like I've told you guys before, and I'm going to say it again because there's always that one guy, in the comments section who likes to claim that I'm hating on the NBA. I don't want the NBA to be doing bad. It does me no good for the NBA to be in decline. If you guys aren't watching the NBA, then you have no reason to watch my content. We touch on all sports here on the channel, but for the most part, the content on this channel is heavily centered around the NFL and the NBA. The reason that I started focusing so much on the NBA's television ratings is because we are not getting the truth from the media. Hell, you're not even getting the truth from other channels on YouTube, some that are similar to mine. And that's not me throwing shots at anyone. Some of you actually is what brought that to my attention. Now, maybe those channels were going off of what they saw in the media when they made the claim that NBA ratings are surging or began to surge once LeBron James was eliminated from the playoffs. Maybe they saw that, it fit their agenda. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, this notion that NBA ratings are surging for the playoffs is not based in fact. People have a tendency to spin facts to fit their agenda. This is a common tactic in the sales industry. Let me give you an example, and we'll tie this into NBA ratings. Let's assume for a second that you are an outside salesman. Pick any industry, doesn't matter. People who work in sales know it is all about the numbers. That's all anyone cares about at the end of the day, your sales number. And as a salesman, your numbers, they're kind of looking bleak for 2021. Back in 2019, you were averaging $150,000 in sales every month. Now, currently, for whatever reason, you're only averaging $75,000 to $100,000. When you meet with your superiors to review your numbers, how are you going to explain your decline? Most people are going to spin their sales numbers to their advantage. It's just human nature. You're going to try and make it appear better than what it really is. You have an agenda. Your agenda, of course, is to protect yourself, make yourself look good. When you meet with your bosses, you're likely to say something like, my sales are up 60% over last year. I'm seeing double-digit growth. But that's not a fair comparison. Last year, everything was shut down due to the pandemic. Of course your sales numbers are going to be up in comparison to last year. When you're at the bottom, you have nowhere to go but up. That analogy that I just outlined for you, that is the same thing the media is doing with ratings for the NBA playoffs. There is a reason every time I talk about the ratings, I compare them to 2019. 2020 is not a fair comparison. Last year during the NBA playoffs, they were going up against the NFL, college football, playoffs in Major League Baseball. Last year was an outlier. That situation is unlikely to ever happen again. Comparing this year's ratings to 2019, that is a better comparison. If you Google NBA playoff ratings, all you're going to see from the media is how ratings are surging. Ratings for the conference finals up 64%. Overall ratings for the playoffs up 34%. Now, this isn't necessarily a lie. The media is telling you the truth. But because they're agenda driven, they're not giving you the real truth. It's a lie by omission. They don't want to compare ratings to 2019 because they know the NBA is down significantly when compared to 2019 playoff ratings. And 2019 ratings at the time were considered to be disastrous. A week or so ago, Colin Cowherd and his ultra-woke co-host Joy Taylor, they were talking about NBA ratings. They were claiming that the far right were misconstruing NBA ratings to fit their conservative agenda. They were laughing, they were being all sarcastic about it, claiming that People weren't really boycotting the NBA right now. How could that be? NBA ratings are on the rise. Everyone's watching the NBA playoffs. What they did, and this is a common media tactic, they pick and choose where the NBA is seeing increases, and that's the numbers they give you. Google NBA ratings. I guarantee you, the first thing you'll see is the media touting the pair of Game 7s in the second round of the Eastern Conference. 6.9 million, 6.2 million. That's what both games drew. What they won't tell you is the second round in 2019 was averaging 7 million viewers per game. In the NBA, they haven't drawn an audience of 7 million yet in the 2021 playoffs. Another tactic the media is using right now, they like to point to social media numbers. The NBA has 57 million followers on Instagram. The NBA has 1.1 billion Instagram views this postseason. They have 15 million watch hours on YouTube. Now that's great and all. That's good. But none of those numbers matter. You think ESPN or TNT give a damn about the NBA's social media numbers? You think advertisers care? No. Television networks and advertisers care about one thing: television ratings. Social media numbers are a flawed metric because people are watching clips. They're watching highlights. They're not watching games. A monster dunk by Giannis could draw 15 million views, but that might be a 30-second clip. Hell, dancing chihuahuas can hit millions of views on YouTube. Does that mean people are going to watch chihuahuas on television for 2.5 hours? No. The truth is, people are not emotionally invested in the NBA right now. If the NBA ratings really were surging like the media likes to claim, do you think they really would be touting social media numbers? You think they would be spinning these numbers to fit their agenda? No, they wouldn't have to. They would be touting the television ratings themselves. Because ratings are in decline, they have to find the metrics where the NBA is seeing increases and give that to you instead. They can't tell you that the Western Conference Finals averaged just 5.38 million viewers per game, down 29% from 2019. They can't tell you that because it doesn't fit the agenda. Instead, they'll tell you ratings are up 19% over the 2020 Western Conference Finals. They can't tell you Game 6 of the West Finals was down 36% from 2019. Back in 2019, Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, 9.5 million people. 2021, 5.9 million. The NBA lost damn near 4 million people in 2 years. Where the hell did all those people go? You tell me. If people aren't actively boycotting the NBA because of woke politics, you tell me why the ratings are down. The most watched NBA game this season, Lakers-Mavs on Christmas Day, 7 million people. There hasn't been one playoff game so far that's drawn more people than a meaningless game in the regular season. Now, some people are blaming injuries for the low ratings. That excuse doesn't work. Everyone, for the most part, was healthy when the playoffs began 2 months ago. How come ratings for the first round were down 7 to 11% compared to 2019? If injuries really are the reason for low ratings, how come more people watched Game 5, Bucks-Hawks, where both Trae Young and Giannis were out, than watched Game 4? 200,000 fewer people watched Game 4, where Trae Young was out but Giannis played. Now, I thought Giannis was supposed to be this huge draw. Giannis is down double digits compared to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2019, where he and the Bucks played the Raptors. He's down going against himself. There is no way you can spin these numbers to make it work. NBA ratings are down. It's that simple. The media, they can point to whatever metric they want to try and prove a surge in the ratings, but the numbers don't lie. We have seen double-digit declines in every round of the playoffs. And it's not going to improve for the NBA Finals either. Sure, ratings will be up compared to last year, but that's like saying a Rolls Royce is an upgrade from a Dodge Dart. In 2019, the NBA Finals had between 13 and 18 million viewers per game. Do you see the NBA coming close to that right now? That would mean a 55, 60, 65% increase from ratings for the conference finals. That's just not going to happen. All right, time to let me know what you think. Give me your estimate for ratings for the NBA Finals. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I might see you guys later today. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.